Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new here, my name is Maria, and on this channel I talk about faith, relationships and lifestyle from a Christian perspective. And in today's video, I really wanted to just talk about the topic of confidence, or what some people might call Godfidence. So this is a topic that has just been on my mind for a bit now. I guess been meditating on this topic and also just increasing my knowledge in this area and just kind of seeing this topic from a Christian perspective. And I just thought that I would jump on here and just share a few of the things that I've been learning about confidence as a Christian with you guys, and hopefully it will be a blessing to somebody. And yeah, I just wanted to, I guess, share a bit about my journey as well, and in terms of why I really thought this was an important topic to talk about. So if you haven't already, make sure you like, share and subscribe to my channel. Also make sure you comment below as the video goes along anything that stands out to you or anything that you want to add to the conversation. So in terms of where I am right now on my, I guess, confidence journey, I would say that I'm at a point right now where I really want to know what confidence looks like being a Christian and what it actually means to be confident as a Christian, because especially in the world that we live in today, I feel like it's so easy to put our confidence in other things, or to put our confidence in the titles that we hold, or to put our confidence in the things that we own, the money that we have, the jobs that we have, the degrees that we hold. And for me, I really didn't want to have a false perception of confidence, or I didn't want to put my confidence in these things, because the truth is that when we put our confidence in those things, our confidence is shaky. And if anything happens in any of those areas, if any of those things goes, our confidence goes along with those things. So I basically got to a point where I said, I want authentic confidence. And for those who have been following my channel for a long time will know that near the beginning of my journey on YouTube, I spoke about how authenticity is so beautiful. And even for me on this journey, how by the grace of God, I want to also be able to stay authentic. So that was one thing for me in terms of confidence, just kind of seeing what that looks like in terms of a genuine confidence and not a false appearance of being confident to others. One thing that really stuck out to me was actually identifying and understanding the difference between authentic confidence and pride, because a lot of the time the lines really do blur, and it's so easy for someone to fall into the trap of being prideful but calling it confidence, or even someone being confident but someone else seeing it as pride. So it's so important for us to know the difference between the two. Otherwise, it's so easy for us to find ourselves being prideful and thinking we're being confident, or us being confident and then questioning on our confidence when other people question it as well. So when we think about pride a lot of the time is focused on self. So it's I, me. So it's basically someone saying that I can do all things through I, who strengthens myself. And when we think about it as Christians, that's such a disrespect to God for us to basically say that we don't need him. That's kind of what it is when we're saying that we have self-confidence. We're basically saying that I can do all things through myself, who strengthens myself. So I wanted to just touch upon that differentiation really quick, because I think it's so important for us to know the difference between the two, so that we don't fall into that place of pride but call it confidence. I think another thing as well, which I know I've definitely fallen into that trap, is kind of trying to shy away and calling it humility when it's actually a false sense of humility. So maybe in instances when we should be confident and we're saying, oh no, I'm shy. But the truth is that we're just holding on to false humility. We're trying to bring ourselves lower, but then at the expense of not being confident in who we are called to be, not being confident in the things that we have. And I was talking to a few of my sisters the other day, and I was just sharing a few things that I was learning about perspective. And I shared one key thing that was so beautiful in terms of how when we lack confidence and when we say we're not going to do certain things that God has basically said that we should do, we're basically saying I can't when God is saying you can. And that's disrespectful to God. So I think it's important for us to know where we fall. Are we actually being prideful but thinking it's confidence? Or are we even hiding our confidence because we're just having false humility? So one of my favorite scriptures is in Matthew chapter 5 verse 14 to 16. And it says, let your light shine before men so that they can see your good works and give glory to your Father in heaven. And we all know that light doesn't hide. Light shines wherever light is. If there's darkness, the light will cover that darkness. And I wanted to show you guys a torch, but it wasn't working. But when we have a torch and you're in a dark place, when you turn on the torch, it shines its light in that place. But if you take something and you cover the torch with a cloth, for example, that light won't be able to shine through from the torch, and all you're going to see is darkness. And when you think about it that way, you realize that that torch is not able to fully function the way that it's supposed to be, or to fully fulfill the purpose for which it was made, because the light is hidden. And it's the same way that we're called the light of the world. And when we hide our light because we don't want to be confident in who we've been called to be, we're essentially saying, God, I'm not letting you take the glory. So I think it's so important for us to understand who we are, but not just understanding who you are, but whose you are too. Because when you understand your true identity, then you wouldn't feel the need to start putting your identity in any of these other things. So for me, I know that there's definitely been times when I've put my identity in certain things that I shouldn't really. But when you think about it, if those things go away, then that's an attack on your identity, and along goes your confidence with that. So having our identity as Christians rooted in Christ is so important. And when we know our identity in him and we know who and whose we are, our confidence naturally flows out from there. Confidence is not who makes the loudest noise in a room. A lot of the times we think that, okay, if I'm making a lot of noise, if I'm loud, then I will come across as confident. But that's a false evidence of confidence. That is someone who wants to look confident in front of people, but truly they know deep down inside they're not confident. Which is why it's so important for us to recognize these things. Like when we find ourselves in those positions that we feel like we need to put on confidence that's not real and genuine, that's the moment where we have to catch ourselves and realize that no, something's wrong here. Another thing that I wanted to touch upon is comparison. I feel like a lot of the time we are confident, but then when we start to compare, we then realize that our confidence is quickly crushed. So imagine going into a room full of people, and before you enter that room, you're feeling confident, you're feeling yourself, you're feeling very confident, and then you walk into that room and then you see someone else that maybe they're dressed better than you, they look better than you, and immediately your confidence is crushed. And that's why we can't actually put our confidence in those things, especially as Christians. We can't rely solely on that. We cannot put our confidence in the way we look, the things that we have, the possessions we have, the money that we have. Because when we do, there's always a way to compare. But when you put your confidence in Christ, why are you comparing? It doesn't even make sense to compare, because you understand and you realize that you know who you are and you know whose you are. So there's no need for you to compare. You know that you've been given every single thing that you need for yourself for this journey. Everything that you need to be the things that you need to be has been placed on the inside of you. So comparing doesn't actually help. And there's this saying that we always hear, we always quote, and it says that comparison is the thief of joy. And I also think that comparison is the thief of confidence. When we compare, it steals our confidence straight away. But when we understand who we are again and whose we are, then we have no reason to compare. So if anyone's watching this video today and they feel like, do you know what? I do feel like I've been putting my confidence in things that are not stable, things that are shaky, things that are easily moved. But I really want to put my confidence in somewhere that is firm and somewhere that it can't move. That even when things around me move, when things around me shift, my confidence is intact. Because it's so important for us to have our confidence. And like I was saying, I was speaking to some of the ladies and I was telling them about how important it is for us to actually be confident in what we have, because we know that it's God who's put that inside of us. It's not us being prideful, but it's us understanding what we've been given to do the things that we have been given. So we might be familiar with the story of the spies who went to spy the land of Canaan, and they were saying that they were like grasshoppers before the people in the land, that even before the eyes of those people, they were like grasshoppers. These times the people didn't even see them at all. So how are you putting an image of how they see you when the person has not even seen you? And sometimes we do that. We put an image in our mind thinking that people see us as less than, and then we just allow our confidence to be crushed. But then it reminded me again of the importance of perspective and how important it is for us to understand that us saying we can't when God says we can is actually disrespectful to God. And it's us actually saying, God, I don't trust you. I don't trust what you've given to me. I don't trust the abilities that you have placed on the inside of me. So if you're at that point where you just kind of feel like, I want to grow in my confidence. I don't want to put my confidence in the things of this world anymore. I don't want to put my confidence in the things that I have, because I know that when those things move or shift a little bit, it affects my confidence. I definitely remind you today the importance of knowing your identity and knowing who you are and knowing whose you are and allowing your confidence to flow through that. That's why I love when people use the statement Godfidence, because it's us reminding ourselves that, you know what, the confidence that I carry is because of who I am in God. It's because I'm a child of God. And there's a beautiful song, I'm not going to sing it, but it talks about, I know who I am. I know what God says I am, where he says I'm at. I know who I am. So if you're at that place, sometimes it's literally a matter of us reminding ourselves of who we are through the scriptures. So certain scriptures such as, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Other scriptures such as, I am wonderfully and fearfully made. Those are scriptures that we can hold on to and remind ourselves of our confidence through that, rather than the exterior things. So if there's anyone who maybe you're at a point where you feel like you lack confidence and you really want to grow in confidence, I just pray today that you will grow in that confidence, that you will know who you are, you will know whose you are, and that you will no longer feel the need to put your confidence in things that are literally fluid, things that are constantly moving, constantly changing, but that you will have your confidence firmly rooted in Christ. And also that you'll just trust in him as well, and trust that whatever he may have called you to do, to be, the roles that he's given to you, the responsibilities he's given to you, the things he's given to you to steward over, that you will be confident that you can do those things. All things through Christ who strengthens you, because you know who you are. So I hope this video has blessed somebody and just encouraged someone as well in some way as well, because it can be a bit discouraging when we feel like we want to be confident and then we start to put our confidence in certain things and then it's crushed. It can be discouraging, but I pray that healing will come into that as well. And yeah, if this video has blessed you, then do share it with someone else, because it might be a blessing to them. And also do the thumbs up, because then it will be able to reach more people on YouTube and hopefully be a blessing to them by God's grace. If you haven't, do subscribe to my channel and join me on this journey. By the grace of God, more content to come soon. I know I have not been consistent, but by the grace of God, more content will be coming. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. And I look forward to reading your comments in the comment section below. Until next time, peace out and God bless.